You're always sleeping during the day. You disappear every night. And you have winged eyeliner on at all times. You think I wouldn't notice what you are?
Say it. Say it out loud.
You're Hannah Montana.
Look in the mirror, you fucking psycho.
Oh my god. I'm Hannah Montana.
Hey guys, it's Soup. I have been unemployed for about a year and a half now.
Unemployed, hungry, dirty, sad.
And you know what unemployed people do? They go back and rewatch all their childhood favorites. And today we are going to be watching Hannah Montana, the movie. Now growing up, I did not have cable because cable was expensive. But one year, Comcast was running some kind of a deal where if you were a new customer and you signed up, you would get 6 months of cable for free. So my dad signed up, and my little soup world was opened up to the land of Disney Channel. Like many preteens, I was obsessed with a show called Hannah Montana. It followed Miley Stewart, an ordinary girl living an extraordinary double life as international pop sensation Hannah Montana. By keeping her superstar identity a secret, she was able to experience a normal childhood, one where people liked her for who she really was. She was able to go to public school, have a normal power dynamic with her peers, learn how to deal with unrequited crushes, get bullied, build character.
You have anything to say for yourself, young lady?
Sorry, Stuart. It's okay.
All right, Henrietta Laverne, let's go.
Henrietta Laverne? At least now we know why she's so mean.
And live the dream as a teen. That show had such a chokehold on me that even after that year of cable was up, I would go on YouTube or Dailymotion to find grainy, illegally uploaded new episodes just so I could get my weekly fix. And I definitely was not the only kid going feral for Hannah Montana. So of course, with all this fanfare, there was going to be a Hannah Montana movie. Fun fact, I once wrote a fanfic where May from Pokemon was Professor Dumbledore's niece, and also top pop wizard sensation Hannah Montana. And then she and Celebi time traveled back into the 1940s so that she could stop Tom Riddle from becoming evil by showing him what love truly was. Yeah, I scrubbed that from the internet. But, sometimes I wish I hadn't. I'm curious how the plot progressed. I had such an imagination back then. Now, I haven't watched this movie since the early 2010s, so it's been over 10 years. But I do remember that the plot was something of a Hallmark movie. Rich city girl gets caught up in the fast life, goes back to her hometown, and meets small-town childhood friend Hot Farm Boy. Falls in love, learns to slow down and smell the roses, and now has to choose between rich city life or down-to-earth life with childhood hot farm boy friend. It's a formula we know and love. Alright folks, let's jump into nostalgia. The beginning of the movie starts off with Miley and Lily trying to get into the Hannah Montana concert, but they can't get in because Miley looks like Miley and not Hannah, which the whole premise of that is confusing.
Here you go, girl. It's Miley Stewart. We've got to get in there.
Yeah, our names are on the list.
Well, why didn't you say so? In your dreams, sweet cheeks.
Ignoring the fact that she should already be inside, escorted by security because she is the most important person to this concert, shouldn't she and Lily have staff passes? Do you think Taylor Swift has ever been late for any of her concerts and she just shows up to the front ticket desk and is like, "Hey, I'm Taylor. Can you let me in? No. Also, can't she just call her dad? He clearly has a cell phone that he keeps looking at pretty dramatically every 2 minutes. But no, instead, she steals a golf cart and is able to get in successfully, which in and of itself is terrifying. The concert goes on, and the scene then transitions to her filming a music video. Mid-set, she goes to take a break and is just about to take her wig off when our movie's main antagonist, Oswald, a sleazy British paparazzi guy, creeps into her dressing room. Which, oh my god, 911, if there was ever any reason for a lawsuit, this would be it. What is a grown-ass man doing going into the dressing room of a minor where she may or may not be undressed? Same. Where is Roxy, Hannah's bodyguard? If Roxy were here, this dude would be skinned alive and left on the street.
Can't you just teach me some of your special moves?
Oh, you mean like this?
What's so special about that?
Lack of security is going to be a motif in this movie, just so that we can keep the plot going. Oswald pretends to be a well-meaning father who just has a couple questions for Hannah.
You have a second? Oh my gosh, this is such a thrill. Do you mind?
Not at all.
Luckily, Vita, Hannah's publicist, goes in and immediately stops him and kicks him out. But not before he leaves a camera that catches Hannah and Vita talking about a little secret.
That's all you're gonna get. Now get out.
Can't blame a bloke for trying.
How could you even think we have something to hide?
He didn't see anything, did he?
I don't think so.
Me worry about everything else. Like making sure your little secret stays a secret.
Sure, your little secret stays a secret.
Secret? What secret? Move your bum, you old cow. Apparently there's a secret.
Good, because the cover's ready. I just need the story to go with it. Find out that secret. She's the most popular teenager in the world.
The next day, Miley is at school, getting hit by volleyballs, as one does, when Vita pulls her out of gym class to make an appearance at some store. Which isn't the whole point of having a double life, so that you could have a normal school life and Hannah's stuff will be separate? Separation of church and state? Lily reminds Miley to not be late to her party, which Miley assures her she won't be. Spoiler alert, she is. And it's because she's fighting Tyra Banks over a pair of shoes. To be fair, the shoes are very cute.
Lily's present. Lily would totally love those shoes. She will so love
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I saw these first. Can you wrap these up for me, please?
They're for my best friend. She's turning 16 today.
Funny. They're for my best friend, too.
My best friend is a 6.5.
Funny. My best friend's a 6.5, too.
Tyra Banks, it's our only pair.
And if all of you adults with money are wondering, these are Giuseppe Zanotti shoes. Don't major celebrities usually shut down boutiques when they go to shop? Also, I'll say it again, if Roxy were here, Tyra Banks would be on the floor. Oswald secretly captures a video of the fight, and as Miley leaves the store, he follows her in a car.
I'm the worst friend in the world. It's him.
Oswald, step on it.
I cannot get out of the car looking like Miley, and I cannot show up at Lily's party looking like Hannah.
She doesn't make any effort to communicate with Lily or her dad about the issue at all, and just shows up to the party as Hannah Montana, and of course gets immediately bombarded.
Is that Hannah Montana?
If I haven't said this enough, where is security? Because this is actually super dangerous. There could be a stampede, she could get hurt. Like immediately, 2 guys try to get her on their shoulders so that they could shove her towards the stage. Ew. Also, we need to talk about this party, because did Lily just rent out a whole amusement park / boardwalk? I know she's Hannah Montana's assistant on paper, but that has to cost so much money. I found an old Reddit thread that claims that if you want to rent Six Flags, it's $100,000 an hour, but I actually don't believe that. I think it would cost so much more. This is 100% a $1 million party. Hannah upstages Lily at her own Sweet 16, and Lily is understandably bitter and upset.
I'm sorry, I had no choice. I'll make it up to you, I promise.
You will never, ever make it up to me.
She ends up telling Oswald the name of Miley's hometown, Crowley Corner. And yikes, she does it with intention.
43 years old, that she lip sync? That she grew up in Nashville?
More like a cornfield in some place called Crowley Corners.
Really? How do you spell Crowley?
It's Lily Trumpscott, everybody! Happy birthday, we got cake over there!
Just like it sounds.
Look at her face. But honestly, I can't completely blame her. If someone ruined my $1 million Sweet 16, I would be pretty upset too. Billy Ray finally holds something of an intervention with Miley, calling her out on her recent behavior and also bombastically side-eyeing Vita.
Did you see this?
Yeah, I know. It's everywhere. Isn't it horrible? Bad Hannah.
She and I need to have a little conversation, which pretty much describes all of your behavior lately. Standing up your brother, humiliating Lily at her own party.
I know, I screwed up. I'm sorry, but I can't talk about this now. I gotta go to New York. It's a music award.
Vita clearly believes that all publicity is good publicity, and she insists that they move on from this and worry about Miley going to New York City for an awards show.
Fine. You win. But you hurt our superstar. She needs a jet.
Really?
Her father has clearly had enough of this and has her plane redirected to the sweet country roads of Tennessee. You're the only 10 I see.
Hello, New York!
Looks like your limo's here.
Which is way better than what Paris Hilton's parents did, which was stage a kidnapping and have her shipped off to Utah and traumatize her for the rest of her life. They argue about the role of Hannah in Miley's life, and she says something a little odd.
You can't take Hannah away from me.
Oh, really? Because that's what I'm doing.
No! Stop the truck. I'm not doing this. I want to go home. Stop the truck!
You can't take Hannah away from me. She and I are the same.
But guys, the more pressing matter, really, is girl don't even recognize her own horse.
I'm going to New York whether you like it or not, and I'm not. Vote! Give that back, you mangy little...
Look at that. Girl don't even recognize her own horse. Now that truly is sad.
Blue jeans?
And maybe that's why Blue Jeans tries to kill her and make her run for it.
Hold still.
But Blue Jeans ends up getting caught by hot farm boy childhood friend, male lead, Travis Brody. Very random, but her hair kind of bouncing in slow motion in the wind here had me foaming at the mouth as a child. I wanted her hair so badly.
Hi. You alright?
Travis sees her and, completely unprompted, is just immediately like...
Yeah. I guess I had a pretty big crush on you back then, but don't worry about it. I'm over it.
Good to know.
A crush? On you? Ew. My guy, you did not have to say all that. He could have just been like, you know, I was an immature kid back then. I'm sorry about that, but I'm a gentleman now, and I'll treat you like a lady. But I suppose that's giving a lot of credit to a 16-year-old. He drops her off at her grandma's house, where Miley gets to reunite with her maternal grandma, as well as Rascal Flatts and a couple of other folk who are at her house just singing as, I guess, country folk do in Tennessee.
What you get when you play a country song backward.
Thank you so much for this. I just love it. There's only one king, and I have been saving him a place of honor.
Why are both of Miley's grandmas obsessed with Elvis? If you guys remember from the show, her paternal grandma was so obsessed with Elvis that she had beef with Dolly Parton, who played her godmother on the show, and I think is her godmother in real life.
You know, actually, I never really thought you were all that funny.
Well, Elvis thought I had a wonderful comic mind.
Oh, I know what Elvis was thinking about, and honey, trust me, it had nothing to do with your mind.
You take that back.
You make me.
Speaking of Dolly Parton, why is Dolly Parton not in this movie, but Rascal Flatts is? She's such a country icon, and she has technically familial relationships with Miley. And according to the internet, even she expected to hear about being cast in the movie, and just never was. Miley's grandma attempts to set up Billy with another woman in the town, and he shatters expectations.
I don't know. Are you sure you can handle it?
You'd be amazed what I could handle. You know, ladies and gentlemen.
The matchmaking continues into the next day, when Miley's grandma sends Billy off to do some errands with the help of the foreman. And then he realizes the foreman is actually a forewoman.
Looks like you beat me to it.
It's Lorelai, and she's not like the other girls.
You're the foreman?
That'd be me.
So that means you're living here too?
You're good at this.
Miley, in some effort to show her father that she's changed in the span of 24 hours, goes full redneck.
How about I go down and feed the chickens and grab us some eggs? You know, like I always say, ain't nothing better than farm fresh eggs for breakfast.
Ugh, that's like $30,000 worth of eggs right there. She joins her grandma at the farmer's market, where we find the other part of the plot, which is evil corporate guy trying to bring mall into small town. While grandma is off arguing with the plot, Miley sees Oswald lurking around and pranks him to get him out of town and into a swamp.
I know all the Montanas.
No one could find them?
Sure. You go about 5 miles south of town, turn right at the first creek.
Left to the second crook.
And there you are.
There you are.
Hello? Anybody home?
Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
We switch to Miley and Travis hanging out, where he tells her about the egg business that he wants to start.
What are you doing bothering with this anyway?
Starting up an egg business. Me and Ruby struck a deal. I rebuild the coop, I get to sell the eggs.
It's a lot of rebuilding. That's really all you want to do is sell eggs in Crowley Corners?
Miley, have some damn respect. Maybe in 2009, this would have been some cute little side hustle, but in 2025, if he started this business, ka-ching. And then we get it, the quote.
Life's a climb, but the view is great.
He said the thing. He said the quote. It's a climb. The town fundraiser is that night, and that's where we get a very lovely cameo from baby Taylor Swift.
Dated before?
Yeah, well, maybe it's starting to mean something again.
We're gonna slow it down for this next song, if that's all right.
I love the song Crazier, and I really hope it ends up on the re-recording of her debut album, but something I never understood were the first few lines of the song. The lyrics go, "I'd never gone with the wind, just let it flow. Let it take me where it wants to go." Is that not the same thing as going with the wind? We get sweet little moments between Miley and Travis, as well as her dad and Lorelai, cementing both relationships. And everything is going well until evil corporate guy shows up to mock the townspeople about how they'll never raise enough money to save the meadow.
You got a lot of nerve coming in here. Oh, I'm
I'm sorry. I thought this was a community event.
Community? You wouldn't even know what that word means.
Because at the end of the day, it really ain't going to matter. You can have 100 of these little things. You ain't never going to raise the kind of money it's going to take to save the meadows. Not unless the Beatles show up for a benefit concert. Oh, wait, small problem. Sooner we...
Miley knows Hannah Montana.
I forgot to mention this earlier, but when Miley and Travis first met, Miley told him that she was best friends with Hannah Montana, and they were this tight. And Travis, without realizing that that could potentially be a white lie or anything like that, goes on to volunteer Hannah Montana and say that she'll throw a benefit concert and help them raise money to save the town, which is crazy. Now, even if in this theoretical world, Miley and Hannah were best friends, Hannah would still have a schedule to follow. She can't just drop everything and come to Tennessee and just throw a random concert.
I guess I could give her a call.
If I were Miley, I think I would be pretty pissed off. So Hannah, or really Lily with a wig, flies to Miley's house.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Give me a hug. Thank you.
This whole pop star saves hometown angle is genius. Not so genius that I forgive you for ditching me in New York and almost costing me my job, but genius nevertheless.
Fired by who? Are your employers not Miley and her dad? I am very confused. Long story short, Miley gets roped into going to the mayor's dinner, but then also gets invited on a date with Travis.
Anyways, I was just wondering if maybe you would like to go to dinner with me this evening?
Okay, sure. I mean, I don't think I have any other plans, so sounds good.
Cool.
Cool?
But she's not going.
What do you mean I can't go?
Hey, you're the one that promised Lorelai that Hannah would be the guest of honor at the mayor's Big Lobster hoo-ha tonight.
But instead of rescheduling with Travis or, trying to do anything to make both things work, she decides to be in two places at once and ends up getting caught. And of course, Travis is understandably upset.
Travis, please let me explain.
Explain what? Are you making fun of me? Laughing at me? Lying to me this whole time? You know what, Miley, Hannah, whoever you are, we're done.
She has a really beautiful moment with her dad where she sings to him a song that she wrote about them.
How's the song going?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
What's it about?
You. Me. Us.
And they bond. It's really sweet, but maybe bittersweet considering her current relationship with Billy right now.
My father is my hero. Well, that ain't gonna happen at my house. Did you ever feel that way about your father?
I mean, honestly, my mom is my hero. And my father, I'm grateful for first his genes. My dad has great hair, and I got that.
It makes me really sad because he seemed like such a good father during the show, and it's honestly really hard to believe that it's so totally polar opposite in real life. Miley ends up fixing the egg house before going off to do her concert, which, I gotta say, holy shit, the engineering on that egg door is crazy. I have no idea how she was able to do that within one night. Travis arrives to see all her handiwork and is totally touched, and decides to take a horse and go to the concert. Miley starts out strong, but finds that she just can't keep lying anymore about who she is.
I can't do this. I was just Miley. And I still am. If you don't mind, I've written y'all a song. It's kind of personal. Life's a climb. But the view's great.
And this is where she sings The Climb. And honestly, after all this unemployment and all these job rejections, I feel like I really needed to hear that song. I kind of teared up while I was watching this. Interestingly, as a dejected Miley walks away from the stage, the crowd encourages her to put the wig back on.
Thanks for letting me live my Hannah.
Please? Please be Hannah. We'll keep your secret.
I'm sorry, I can't. It's too late.
Sure you can.
Put the wig back on. You'll never have a normal life if you don't.
Hannah's a part of you. Don't let her go.
They tell her that they'll keep her secret, which I have to say could never happen in 2025. Everyone's got their phones out. This would have been live streamed and on TikTok immediately. Oswald, of course, captures it on video and is about to send it to Bon Chic magazine until he sees his daughters gushing over Hannah.
Don't do it, man. I'm sorry, but there's nothing on earth that'll stop me from...
Daddy!
Phoebe, Clarissa, what are you doing here?
Oh, this nice lady sorted it all out. 2 free tickets. Upper class. It was brilliant.
Vita tries to convince him that if he lets this secret out, he's going to be destroying his daughter's dreams, as well as kids all around the world. And luckily, Oswald ends up giving into reason. He resigns from Bon Chic magazine and ends up deleting the video.
Get this down, Lucinda. Bon Chic magazine is run by a wretched, soulless succubus who preys on the misfortune of others, and I'm not going to put up with it any longer. I think I just quit.
So you can say, all's well that ends well.
Right on!
Now this movie was definitely really goofy, and the plot heavily relied on this idea that Hannah has got no security whatsoever. But still, I loved it. You know, it's just one of those nostalgic movies that you go back to. You kind of, you know, suspend reality a little bit and just enjoy, you know, a Netflix style, going back, slowing things down type of movie. I hope you guys had as much fun watching as I did. And remember, life's a climb, but the view's great.